Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining in this class on Jyotish Foundation. And we've been doing the different lords in different houses, and we are left with two more houses. So this class is going to be short, will not cover much. And, I'm redoing this class because in the live class, I forgot to record and everything just went off. Okay. So it's a great tragedy because, if you're watching this recording, you will not be finding the question and answer that we had in the live class. Okay. So, anyways, this is for those who have missed the live class last Sunday. So, we have been looking at, as I said, we have been looking at different lords in different houses. And before we begin, let's start with the Shanti Mantra from the Upanishads. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunakatu, Sahaviryankara Vavahai, Tejasvinadaditamastu Ma Vidavishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. So we look at the 11th Lord in different houses, and the 11th Lord is the great multiplier. Okay. So wherever the 11th Lord goes, it will multiply the effects of that house. But the 11th Lord is also the highest evil in the chart. Okay. So the 11th Lord is known as a Trishadaya. The 11th house is known as a Trishadaya. Trishadaya means there are three houses which are known as Shadaya houses. The third Lord, the third house, the sixth house, as well as the 11th house. And the 11th house is the most evil of the Shadaya houses. So it is known as the Trishadaya. Okay. So 11th Lord also brings diseases wherever it goes. So if the 11th Lord, suppose, is going to the, say it is going to the third house, the third house represents hands. So it can bring weakness in the hands, or it can bring deformities in the hands. Okay. So that will be understandable if you have done a bit of medical astrology. Okay. But anyways, if the 11th Lord goes into the first house, so since the 11th Lord represents desires, so the 11th Lord going to the first house, it makes a person very wealthy, because then the desires of the person would be fulfilled very easily. Okay. It can also represent a regular inflow of money for the person. Okay. 11th Lord in the second house, it makes one very wealthy, because the second house is the house of savings. 11th Lord is the house of income. So your income is directly going into your savings bank. Okay. And it can also make you blessed with spirituality. Okay. 11th Lord in the third house, it means you have to make wealth with your own efforts. Okay. And I've seen people having 11th Lord in the third house, they are affected by abdominal pains. So it happens. Okay. Abdominal pains can also happen if the 11th Lord is transiting your third house. Okay. 11th Lord in the fourth house, so it can bring you a lot of wealth with the mother. It can bless you with a number of houses, vehicles, as well as properties. Okay. And these are the people who are considered to be happy-go-lucky in the real sense, because they end up being at the right place at the right time. Okay. So this is one of the rare combinations, being at the right place at the right time. Okay. 11th Lord in the fifth house, so this can make you very learned. It can make you engaged in religious pursuits, and it can give you comforts through children. Okay. Income after the birth of children. 11th Lord in the sixth house, so this will depend on the condition of the 11th Lord, either being a benefic or a malefic. If 11th Lord is a benefic, then it can give you victory over enemies. If the 11th Lord is a malefic, then it can make you suffer in a foreign land at the hands of thieves and robbers. This is what Parashara says. Okay. 11th Lord in the seventh house, so this can bring you income through the spouse, income after marriage. It also makes you very sensuous, as well as earning income through the opposite gender. Okay. So if you have 11th Lord in the seventh house, maybe you work in a place, if you're a male, where you'll be working in a place where there are a lot of female colleagues or female bosses. Okay. 11th Lord in the eighth house, so this can make you earn wealth through inheritance, but it can also create a condition where your spouse is dying before you. Okay. 11th Lord in the ninth house, so this can make you earn wealth through your father. It can also make you earn wealth through religious pursuits. Okay. It can also make you earn favors from the government. Okay. From the present day government. All right. 11th lord in the 10th house, so this is not good because the 10th house is the 12th from the 11th house. So 11th lord in the 10th house can make you, can make you, can bring about a sudden stoppage in the income. Okay, can bring hostility with the father. It can also make you, it can make you face problems from the government. Okay, 11th lord in the 11th house, this is the best position for the 11th lord to be in, because even if you have diseases, it represents overcoming those diseases. Okay, so it makes you long lived. It blesses you with multiple sources of income as well as good looks. Okay, 11th lord in the 12th house, so it can make you seek physical comforts from the opposite gender. Okay, but because the 11th lord is also the house of lord of diseases, so it can make you end up in hospitals due to chronic illnesses. Okay, so just like the 11th lord is the great multiplier, the 12th lord is the great divider. Okay, the 12th lord is the great divider or a subtractor. So wherever the 12th lord sits, it takes away a particular signification of that house. All right, and because the 12th lord is said to be a neutral by Parashara, so it is less evil than the 11th lord, but still the 12th lord will give you problems. Okay, so if it is sitting in the first house, it will make you suffer from your own decisions. That means you will suffer from your own bad decisions. You can appear to be very stupid because of your decisions. Okay, it can make you reside in a foreign country, and it can also give you problems due to impotency. Okay, 12th lord in the first house, I've seen people suffer from kapha related problems. Why kapha related problems? Because the 12th lord, the original 12th lord is Jupiter, and the original 12th house is Pisces. So it can give you problems related to the water element. Okay, Jala Tattva. 12th lord in the second house, it can, make you, it can take away your ability to speak. Okay, I've seen people having the 12th lord in the second house, and the voice is very crooked or very coarse or very broken. Okay, it is also a combination for penury. That means you'll not be able to save much of your wealth that you earn. Okay, 12th lord in the third house, so this brings problems from siblings, younger siblings especially. It also means it can bring you problems from accidents, because the third house is the house of short distance travels, and 12th lord in the third house can, can end you, can make you have accidents and make you end up in a, in a hospital, because the 12th house is the house of hospitals. Okay, 12th lord in the fourth house, it takes away the comfort that you are supposed to get from your mother. It makes you bereft of your own house, property, as well as vehicles. Okay, it can also bring opposition from the father. Okay, 12th lord in the fifth house, so this can be problematic when you're trying to have children. Okay, and even if you have children, you will be forced to spend a lot of money for their welfare, for their benefit. All right, so I've seen people having 12th lord in the fifth house, and they are struggling with pregnancy issues. Okay, one of my neighbors has this combination, and he, his wife is not conceiving even though she is now 36, and he spent a lot of money on IVF, but still the conception is not happening. Okay, so that is the 12th lord in the fifth house. 12th lord in the sixth house, so it makes you very short tempered. It can also give eye diseases. Okay, and why does this happen? Because the 12th lord represents the left eye, and the second house represents the right eye. So, 12th lord being placed in the sixth house, it gives eye diseases. And if the 12th lord is Venus, which comes and sits in the sixth house, then it can lead to blindness, because Venus is Sulokshana, or the Karaka for the eyes. Okay. 12th lord in the seventh house, so it can make you spend a lot of money on your spouse. Okay. And it can also make you suffer at the hands of your spouse. All right. 12th lord in the eighth house. So 12th lord in the seventh house, it can also make you spend a lot of money on unnecessary or useless expenditures. Okay. 12th lord in the eighth house. So this can bring problems from your in-laws. It can cut you away completely from your in-laws. Okay. But it can also make you spend the inherited wealth in unnecessary pursuits. Okay. 12th lord in the ninth house, so this is the combination. This is a combination for atheists. It makes people very selfish, and it makes them hostile towards religion as well as gurus and other father figures. Okay, 12th lord in the 10th house, it causes problems with the father. It brings very little or no comfort from the father. It can lead to loss of money through association with, with with say unscrupulous people. It can make you averse to, to religion, to your father. All right. But 12th lord in the 10th house, I have seen these people. They are very miserly. They love to accumulate wealth without spending much of it. Okay. 12th lord in the 11th house, so this can make you rich. Okay. But it can, that richness can just vanish. Okay. I have seen people having 12th lord in the 11th house. They lose money in scams or in investments. Okay. The investment gets stuck, or they suffer losses even when the combination was, even when the investment was very good or very profitable. Okay. 12th lord in the 12th house, so this can make you a habitual loner. You can seek solitude. It can make someone a seeker of solitude. Okay. It can make someone a spendthrift as well as easily angered. All right. So these are the results of different houses in different, in different houses. These are the results of different lords in different houses. But then Parashara clearly mentions that before applying these results, we have to take care of a few points. Okay. So the first point being a planet which owns two houses and represents two houses. So it will give results pertaining to both the houses. But there is a rule to determine which house results will be more prominent as compared to the other house. Okay. For example, say Saturn is lording the 8th house and the 9th house, and Saturn is placed in the 2nd house. So it will give you results of the 9th house. Why? Because the 8th house is even, the 9th house is odd. Saturn is placed in an even house, which is the 2nd house. So you'll get results of the 9th house in that case. So this is a rule. Similarly, say Saturn is, Mercury is ruling the 6th house and the 11th house. Mercury is placed in the 5th house. In that case, it will give you results of the 6th house. Okay, so this is a rule that you have to follow if a single planet is ruling two houses. Okay, again, because of dual lordship, if mutually contradictory results are indicated, they get cancelled. Again, if different results are indicated because of dual lordship, they will usually pass. Okay. Strong planets will produce full results. Weak planets will produce weak results. A planet is said to be strong if it is exalted or placed in its own sign or in a friendly place. A planet is said to be weak if it is debilitated or placed in an enemy house. Okay. In my opinion, a planet becomes more comfortable if it is placed in its own house rather than an exalted planet. Okay. So keep this in mind while judging the strength of a planet. All right. And all the results that we have discussed this far, they will tend to occur when an appropriate dasha operates. Okay. And as students of Vedic astrology, you must learn at least 2 to 3 dashas. Okay. So we have discussed Vimshottari in details, but apart from Vimshottari, you should know at least 2 other dashas like Chara Dasha by Sri K. N. Raoji, or even Naisargika Dasha. Okay. Now, these results that I have mentioned, they can be used in innovative ways. Okay, these are results only that have been mentioned by Parasharas. So the meanings will change as per the context of the times we are living in. Okay, for example, say the 11th lord in the 12th house, as I said, it's not good. But in some cases, it can also mean an elder brother or sister who has settled in a foreign country. Okay, it can also mean someone who is engaged in some import or export business and so on. All right. So be innovative in applying the results, and you can, you can end up giving a very good reading of the chart because of, because of these placements. Okay. So in the next class, we'll be looking at how different planets behave in different houses. Okay. As I said, this is a recorded session that it's being recorded after the class. So we have had a full class where a lot of questions were answered. And unfortunately, the recordings are no longer available because I forgot to record that class. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in the next class. Please try to join it live. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like the content, share it if you find it useful, and leave your comments behind or questions behind in the feedback section or in the comment section. It will be an absolute pleasure for me to answer all your questions. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.